one goes to the Nintendo DS.
You're bound to swallow these!
Her Highness does nothing but advocate the genocide of our people and our way of life.
Hey, I hear you're gonna go save the princess!
Get ready for the next installment in Nintendo's Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, Super Paper Mario.
We love the Wii. We love the Wii. We love the Wii.
Use the said pretty belt as a twirly loopy-loop, pretty as a little puppy.
Thanks to the Wii Virtual Console, those formative gaming experiences can be relived.
I'm awesome!
Now you're playing with power.
Now, I welcome to the world the first offspring of the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck, the Wii Zapper. On one hand, it's a new housing for both the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck. But the real news is what it represents for gameplay. For some, the Wii Zapper holds the same potential to change the dynamics of first-person shooters as the Wii Remote altered the nature of sports games. And we're not just talking potential here. This week, you'll be able to test Zap a new Resident Evil from Capcom, Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles. It includes the zombies you've come to love and an Umbrella Corporation stronghold you've never seen before. The Wii Zapper provides a wide variety of weapons, making this Resident Evil both evolutionary and revolutionary. What's even more fun than whack-a-mole? Well, try Zap-a-Zombie. And Capcom is not alone. Sega is bringing the full light gun arcade action of Ghost Squad to Wii. As members of a secret UN anti-terrorism squad, you're going to give those kidnapping and bombing terrorists exactly what they deserve: a good, healthy zap. And EA's Medal of Honor for Wii is built specifically to take advantage of the Wii Zapper. More than 10 different Wii Zapper moves and weapons help you infiltrate Normandy from behind enemy lines. And up to 32 soldiers can combine in multiplayer mode. Other third-party partners will also be talking about their Wii Zapper plans this week. Meanwhile, inside Nintendo, a Wii Zapper project is well along in development. To maximize penetration of this device, we will package the Wii Zapper this year along with our software. And we'll make it available at a manufacturer-suggested retail price of $19.99. Now, what if your weapon of choice is a sword? Well, then you'd probably be looking for the one-of-a-kind Soul Calibur Legends for Wii. From Bandai Namco, it is, in the words of its developers, an immersive experience that presents a unique look in the franchise. Or maybe you prefer to square off with no weapon at all in the ring of World Wrestling Entertainment. It's no holds barred when THQ's WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 body slams to both the DS and Wii. Nintendo DS is also the staging area for one of our industry's legendary franchises. For the first time, with Ninja Gaiden, Dragon Sword, Team Ninja is taking an original action title to the DS. And the experience is brand new with stylus in hand. Now, but we know not all core gamers are fighters. Maybe you're deep. For decades, no one has developed deeper storylines than Square Enix. But with Wii, they're marrying that tradition to the unique attributes of the Wii Remote, traversing the lush worlds that Square Enix is known for. You'll be playing this new Dragon Quest early next year. And whether you're old friends with Mario and Sonic or new acquaintances, you've never put them through their paces as you will with Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Up to 4 players go for the gold, racing from the Olympic track to the Olympic pool. All this should have core gamers fighting each other to get their hands on the controllers. There's one more title I guess I should mention that will turn that fight into an absolute brawl. If you've been following the updates on the Smash Brothers Dojo website, it's a pretty good bet that you can't wait to battle with Giga Bowser. And late last week, you got your first tutorial on how to power up your attack using any of 4 different controller options. Yes, the Smash community is stoked, but when? Well, not next year, not next spring. I can announce today that Smash Brothers Brawl will launch in the Americas on December 3rd. What you'll see and what you'll hear this week is only a beginning. There's a lot more news to come. And trust me, it's the best Smash Brothers ever by far. What this lineup begins to demonstrate is that no matter how active the gamer, there's more than enough action coming to both Nintendo DS and the Wii.
My name is Mike Damiani. I'm currently the webmaster of a Nintendo news site called The Hylia.
My name is Jackie Gowner, and I'm a Wii editor on thehylia.com.
I would like to say we have a more hardcore view of video games. We kind of expect them to be more about gameplay. We expect them to be a little bit more difficult and very rewarding once we complete them.
In terms of the DS, it's like having a cell phone to me. Like, you know, it's one of those things where you have to have it with you.
Well, my impressions of the Wii gaming experience so far, I was like many that were pretty skeptical about it at first. And it was with Wii Sports, basically. That was the game that made me understand what was different about the Wii from other consoles that were on the market at the time.
I think the reason why I'm so connected with Metroid is because Samus is not some damsel in distress, and she's an active person in the game.
It's a really personal experience with the Zelda games because each one of them has its own unique style, yet they all share the same types of gameplay elements that make them so special to everybody. Out of any other game, I get a little bit fanboyish with it.
We've invited the 2 people you just met in that video to join us up here on stage and put a couple upcoming games through their paces. Please join me in welcoming Mike along with Bill Trinnen from our Treehouse group.
Thank you, Reggie. Good morning, everybody. Having such a prolific Zelda player on stage here to play Phantom Hourglass for me makes my job a little bit easier, so I'm glad you're here, Mike. I'm sure a lot of you out there think that a all-touch control Zelda game probably means a simpler, trimmed-down experience. Well, think again. The touch-sensitive interface not only revolutionizes the control, it revolutionizes the gameplay itself. You've probably seen Link moving and fighting, and even you know, making a few memos, notes on his map to help him solve a puzzle, as Mike's going to show us here in just a second. And all of this is handled intuitively through the touchscreen. Now, not only is this inviting to the non-gamer, but it provides the hardcore Zelda fan the most tactile Zelda experience to date. When you want Link to move, say, a block, pull a lever, you're moving that block and pulling that lever together with him. And touch control also revolutionizes Link's arsenal of items, like his grappling hook. So Mike's going to be rushing downstairs here really quickly to show us how that works. You may remember the item from The Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass. You use it to swing around, stun enemies. I'm sorry, it was in the Wind Waker. This is Phantom Hourglass. In Wind Waker, you use it to swing around and stun enemies. Here, you're going to use it for grabbing objects, pulling you towards them, actually defeating enemies. You can pull two objects together from a distance, and you can even use it to solve puzzles here, and as you're about to see, you'll use it to walk tight ropes to reach new areas of the game. Just a very quick demonstration there. Boom, boom, boom. So this is how Eiji Aonuma and his team in Japan was able to take advantage of the touch interface to really make the game feel fresh for new and experienced gamers at the same time. This is just one small example of how they've done that. Of course, the game also features everything you could ask for in a Zelda game. A deep storyline, endearing characters, numerous side quests, and much, much more. Now, I've been a Zelda fan for a long time myself, and Phantom Hourglass has fast become my favorite Zelda game ever. And that's not just a bunch of on-stage E3 hyperbole. That is the truth. And Japan agrees, because there, it's one of the fastest-selling Zelda games they've ever had. Between the near-perfect score in Famitsu and the feedback that we've been getting from the 300,000 plus consumers who bought this game during launch week, we're finding that not only are new audiences picking up Zelda for the first time, including with this game a very large number of female gamers, but we're also finding that the hardcore are absolutely loving it. Thank you, Mike. Some fantastic gameplay. Next, what I'd like to do is invite Jackie Goner on stage, because I think she makes a much better Samus than I do. So we're going to have Jackie come on and play some Metroid Prime 3 for us. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the gameplay from the Metroid Prime series by now, but with the Wii Remote, Metroid now offers the best first-person control on any console, period. Now, the team at Retro has done a fantastic job of implementing gesture-based controls using the Wii Remote, for everything from flipping switches to using Samus's grapple beam. They've also applied it to Metroid's unique visor system, as Jackie's about to show us. With it, you can switch visors on the fly by simply holding down the minus button and gesturing to a different part of the screen. And just as easily, you can drop back and naturally come back into fighting. It's very simple. As you can see, the Morph Ball is making a return in the game. The area where the control really comes together, though, is in battle. I think Jackie's got a few friends waiting for her just beyond this door. With the Wii Remote, it could not be easier to simply aim and fire at the enemies you encounter. But Metroid Prime 3 takes it one step further, because what the team has done is they've implemented lock-on free aiming. And what that allows you to do is you lock onto a target with the Z button, and that becomes your orbit point. You can strafe around it easily. But unlike past Metroid games, while you're locked on, you still have the ability to aim anywhere on screen that you want. They've also included 3 sensitivity settings. So control is going to feel natural for everyone from a first-time first-person shooter player to the PC shooter vets. And since the controls are so good, they lend themselves to intense battles like these. But as you can see, Samus is going to need her hyper mode here in order to handle all of these enemies. What she can do is enter this new state, hyper mode, by injecting an energy tank into her new PED suit. Her weapons become absolutely devastating, but it comes at a price. Staying in hyper mode too long, and she'll become corrupted, entirely corrupted. So players are going to have to balance and juggle ultimate power with the ultimate price. So with revolutionary first-person control and incredibly intense combat, along with everything you've ever loved about Samus, I think you're going to find that Metroid Prime 3 is not just the biggest, first, blockbuster first-person game you're going to be playing this fall. It's the best. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everyone.